Our last speaker of the day is Nicole Goldsby. Nicole is a senior psychology major. She is captain of the dance team, Power of Women president, a member of the Black Student Union, and the dance representative of SAC. Today she will be talking about environmental wellness. Now you might think like environmental wellness like outside, like the environment. It's not really what Nicole's going to be talking about, but I think you'll enjoy it. So, Nicole Goldsby with friends. How many of us have them?
Okay, so when I come to you all today, I don't want you all to think of me as your associate, as your friend, or even as your student. I want you to look at me as though I am your teacher for the day. Now, when I say teacher, most of you are probably thinking that I'm going to give you an elaborate environmental study or something of the sort like that. No, I'm very terrible at science, so I don't think you will want to hear me talk about it. What I'm going to do is talk about your friends and how that affects your environment. A parasite. A permanent parasite is a parasite that will live on their host their entire life, and then if they detach, they will die. These are your friends that will be around, that will have your back, supposedly, that will always be there to tell you what you want to hear, but not always what you need to hear. These people will tell you all the good, but not the bad. When you're falling down in life, they're not going to be like, oh, well, maybe you should have did this to change this. No, what they're going to do is tell you that you're okay, keep doing what you're doing, you're fine. The reason why they're telling you this is because they want something from you. They're benefiting from this friendship. Maybe you just had a refund check come in, and all of a sudden, they're right there with you the whole entire time to help you spend your money. Or maybe they're there because you can cook for them all the time. Who doesn't love food? I do, but that doesn't mean that that's why I am their friend. Then also there's a temporary parasite. A parasite that will feed on their host, then once they have what they want or what they need, then they will leave. Like a mosquito. Mosquitoes are very annoying, just like these type of friends. They will only come around when they want or need something. Oh, I need to ride to go to Morgantown. I'm right there with you. Oh, I need some money to help pay for this. They'll be right there. Oh, I need you to do this for me, for me, for me, for me. Not, oh, what I can do for you. Then there is degeneration. Do decline or deteriorate mentally or morally. A good example of this is a complex structure moving to a simple structure. This is your best friend, the person that you lean on all the time, the person that you feel like you can call on day or night. This person will start off good. We're their porcelain mask, as Kari said, and they will always seem to be that best friend. But then as time goes on, the true colors start to show. When I say true colors, I mean that this person is not really who you think they are. This person is someone who will talk about you behind your back and tell other people what you told them in confidence. Why do they do that? Because they are degenerating. They are taking what you have and not putting it to use. They are taking what you have in your friendship and putting it to waste. These friends then become associates. Why do they become associates? At first they were your best friend. Now that you know who they really are and what they're really about and you don't like that, that soon becomes, oh, hey girl, how are we doing? And this, that, and the third, and then turns to, oh, hi, bye, an associate. Complex, my best friend. Simple, my associate. And then there's the open system. An open system is something that can freely exchange matter and energy with its surroundings. It can gain or lose matter and energy. To make things very simple, energy is moving in and out, matter is moving in and out. These are your lessons and your blessings. These are the people that come in. Take it as though this is your boyfriend. You love him to death. You will give him everything inside of you because he makes you feel so good on the inside. But then eventually that person turns around and they break your heart. Now you're heartbroken and alone. You feel like you can do nothing about this. But how long do you stay in this area? How long do you remain heartbroken? Are you going to take this experience and then move forward and learn from it? And then go into the next relationship. Like, oh, now I know the triggers to look out for. You have now learned a lesson from that relationship. There's also blessings. When I say blessings, I'm not talking about, oh, a miracle happened or anything of the sort like that. I mean that somebody has came into your life. They have given you and given you and given you everything that you wanted and could ever need. This person will bring you people, avenues, everything you could ever think of. But then all of a sudden, they leave. Maybe you all have to leave for school. Maybe you all have to go to a different state for a job. Don't take that for granted. These people are there for a reason. Things happen for a reason. Just as seasons change, people change as well. Remember that. Then there's cohesion and adhesion. Cohesion. Molecules sticking together due to similar attractions. Me being an African American student at Alderson Broaddus University, I tend to stick with the other African American students. Not because I'm racist, not because I don't like anybody else, that's just something that we have in common. It's something that's similar. I think about my teammates. Maybe some of you are on teams or in the band or anything of the sort, or a PA student. You stick with these people. Why? Because you have something in common. You both love this sport. You both love to dance. You both love to cheer. You both love science, something, but you have that in common. Cohesion. And then there's adhesion. Molecules sticking together due to opposite attractions. My best friends, none of us are the same. None of us act alike whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. We have the hothead, the mellow person, the outgoing person. We have people from different areas. Nobody is from the same place. But these are the people I call my best friends. Why? Because we stick together. Puzzle pieces are not all made the same. If they were, how would they stick together? They all have different curves, different ins and outs. Why? Because they stick together that way, not because they're the same. And then last, my favorite, cellular puzzle pieces are not all made the same. If they were, how would they stick together? They all have different curves, different ins and outs. Why? Because they stick together that way, not because they're the same. Then there's cohesion and adhesion. Cohesion. Molecules sticking together due to similar attractions. Me being an African American student at Alderson Broaddus University, I tend to stick with the other African American students. Not because I'm racist, not because I don't like anybody else, that's just something that we have in common. It's something that's similar. I think about my teammates. Maybe some of you are on teams or in the band or anything of the sort, or a PA student. You stick with these people. Why? Because you have something in common. You both love this sport. You both love to dance. You both love to cheer. You both love science, something, but you have that in common. Cohesion. And then there's adhesion. Molecules sticking together due to opposite attractions. My best friends, none of us are the same. None of us act alike whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. We have the hothead, the mellow person, the outgoing person. We have people from different areas. Nobody is from the same place. But these are the people I call my best friends. Why? Because we stick together. Puzzle pieces are not all made the same. If they were, how would they stick together? They all have different curves, different ins and outs. Why? Because they stick together that way, not because they're the same. And then last, my favorite, cellular respiration. Back to my best friends. I love them to death because you know what? When I'm climbing my ladder, which is life, When it falls down on me and I feel like I can't take anymore, they are the ones that push me back up. They are the ones that help me put hand in hand, foot in foot. Why? Because they care about me just that much. These are your friends you need to keep around constantly. The people who will take the waste and the toxics out your life. Why? Because they care. Why do they care? Because they're your best friends. Why wouldn't they care about you? My thing is, there's a difference between a want and a need. What you want in life is not always what you need in life. Those friends that you have around, the parasites, possibly, the leeches, all these people are there, but sometimes you want to keep them there. Why do you want to keep those people there? Because you're benefiting from them, and then you soon become a parasite or a leech or a mosquito. You don't want to be those people. You want to be a cellular respiration. That's what you want to do. You want to be positive and keep it real and tell them about the negative. Not the person who puts on the porcelain mask and just tell you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. These are your friends that become your family. When I get married and look to my right, that's going to be my friends that are right there with me, and to my left. Why? Because they care. Because they will stay around for a lifetime. This is a cycle that stays in motion constantly, over and over again, through ins and outs. They will be there. Do you have those people? Take a second, close your eyes. Everybody, just think about your environment here on campus or your environment outside of campus. Think about those friends that pop up in your head. Are these the people that are leeches and parasites? Or are these people that stay in motion? Your cellular respiration. What about your cohesion and adhesion? How did you become friends? When you think about those people, do you need to take some toxins out of your life? Do you need to let some people go that you just want there, but you do not need there? Think about it. Have a great day.